On this card, this is going to be the new Blue Eyes cards tier list. So these are the new Blue Eyes cards that came out in the Blue Eyes structure deck Advent of the Eyes of Blue, which is available today in Japan. So that's pretty cool. So they're officially in the OCG, these cards now. And I've been meaning to make this video for such a long time, but the thing is they took such a long time to reveal the last new Blue Eyes card in that structure deck, which was Indigo-Eyes Silver Dragon. And because of that, I'm putting you an F. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But, you know, I've been meaning to make this video for such a long time. I had two video ideas. This is one of them, where I just need all the cards to be revealed. Because, yeah, I was thinking maybe I should make a part 1 of the tier list, then a part 2, but nah, I didn't want to do that. I thought just wait for the last card. And yeah, so now that all of the 8 new Blue Eyes cards have been revealed, which they're all amazing by the way, I can finally make a tier list for all of these 8 new cards. This isn't really a spoiler, but I don't think any of these cards are going to be in F, D, or C. Definitely S, A, or B. Maybe not many in B, but a lot of S and A, so that's good. But yeah, definitely nothing in C, D, F. Like, they're all just so good. Of course, you know, a few cards have, you know, some complaints, and there's a few things I kind of wish they did as well, which I'll talk about while I talk about the other cards. But yeah, alright. Let's start the tier list. Alright, so Maiden of White. Where do you think Maiden of White is going to be here? Obviously S. This is my favorite tuner. This is definitely one of my favorite monsters, my favorite tuner. You can send it away from your hand to the graveyard or field to the graveyard, and you can activate True Light from your deck or, you know, hand or graveyard, like just face up activated. And then you can summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with True Light, or even just set a Blue Eyes spell or trap. And if it's a spell card, you can do even more things. And then it summons itself from the graveyard if you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. Sorry, I'm coughing a little bit. So yeah, if you summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, Maiden of White will summon from the graveyard. And then you can just synchro summon easily. And then also, if it gets targeted for an attack, you can summon a tuner. Or even, targeted by a card effect or attack, you can summon a tuner or Blue Eyes White Dragon from your graveyard. So there's a lot of things this card does, but my favorite thing about it is that it activates True Light from, you know, like sure, your hand or graveyard or whatever, but from your deck? That's insane. I'm hoping Dark Magician gets something like this where you can just activate Eternal Soul. Like you just send the card away, bam, Eternal Soul from your graveyard, hand, deck, whatever, you know? Like, that would be awesome. So I'm hoping Dark Magician, I'm trying not to cough, sorry. I hope Dark Magician gets something like that. Oh my god. See, alright. It's hard to talk like this because of that, but it doesn't matter. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Maiden of White is S. Favorite tuner. Does a lot of crazy things. Makes it easier to synchro summon. I'm just glad they found a way to make some old Blue Eyes card relevant. Like, they didn't have to make like a new kind of version of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I know we got Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon, but they're two different cards. I just mean, like, they didn't have to make a new Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. No, the same old Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon is much better now, thanks to the new Blue Eyes cards. But yeah, Maiden of White, yeah, easy S tier. Easy S tier. Alright, now we have the trap card Majesty with Dragon of White. I think that's the name. It's a very good trap card. You know, trap cards obviously going to be slow, you know, because you can't activate them, you know, like straight away. You have to wait a turn, most trap cards. But, you know, it's a good trap card, because I would put it in B, right? I actually would put it, it won't let me touch. Oh, there we go. I would put it in B, but it's going to go to A because here's why. So yeah, the trap card is good. You reveal all the Blue Eyes White Dragons you have in your I'm pretty sure, yeah, from your hand, field, and graveyard. And that includes Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon as long as it's on the field or in the graveyard, and it, you know, if it's on the field, hasn't been hit by infinite impermanence or something. So that counts as well. So the thing is, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blue Eyes White Dragons revealed, but it doesn't target. So you can just straight up destroy cards and it doesn't target. So if a card says can't be targeted, you can't destroy that. But because it doesn't say target, you can just destroy cards that can be targeted. So if it was target cards and destroy them, I would put it in B, right? But because it doesn't target, and it's actually like a very nice backup once you have your field set up and then you place this card down, it's very powerful. So definitely A, because it doesn't target. If it targeted, I'll put in B. And then it also has like a really nice second effect where you can banish that card from your graveyard, and then you can basically ritual summon, you know, Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon or Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, just depends which one you have, as a, because you're going to be running Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, you know, especially for Dragon Master Magia. But the thing is, this is so much better than Chaos Form. So you don't have to run Chaos Form anymore because of this trap card. You can just ritual summon with this trap card, as long as it's in your graveyard and you meet the ritual requirements to summon that ritual monster. It's so much better than Chaos Form. Yeah, because I know Chaos, it's just Chaos Form's not that good. It's just a generic ritual spell. Bleh. This has destruction without targeting. And if you want to summon Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, which you won't really be doing too much, because you're going to be using Chaos Max Dragon to summon Dragon Master Magia. But let's say you do draw Chaos Max Dragon and you have this trap card in your graveyard and you have a level 8 monster, you can just summon Chaos Max Dragon, which is still a great card. It is. Some people might say it's not, but it is. Yeah, so it's already a good trap card that is really destructive, but it also has a better version of Chaos Form built in it. And yeah, you can even just discard it with Melody or something if you want to ritual summon the same turn. So there's that. If you don't want, if you can use the trap card and use the effect, and then it goes to your graveyard, or you can just discard it with something, and then you can summon Chaos Max Dragon that same turn you discard it. But yeah, it's A because it doesn't target. Alright. Now the Blue Eyes Link, Spirit with Eyes of Blue. We finally got a Blue Eyes Link, which is very insane. This card is very good. It's very easy to summon. All you need is a level 1 to 4 dragon or spellcaster, which Blue Eyes basically has a lot of those cards now. You summon, you know, that Link. It gets you the field spell Mausoleum of White, which allows you to summon another tuner, like allows you to do another normal summon, which as long as it's a tuner, level 1 tuner. And you know, if you summon Sage with Eyes of Blue, you can also summon Sage with Eyes of Blue again. You can activate the effect twice because of that field spell. Then the field spell, you can target a monster on your field. You want to target the Link to send a normal monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is Blue Eyes White Dragon, because you want Blue Eyes White Dragon in your graveyard, because a lot of cards revolve around Blue Eyes White Dragon being in your graveyard. So because it gets you that field spell, it's easy to summon, and it can tribute itself or get rid of it. Is it tribute itself? I guess it tributes itself to summon a Blue Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. And now, of course, there's something like, you know, you can only summon dragon monsters while it's on the field, because while that's on the field, you can only summon dragon monsters and not for the rest of the turn. Yeah, it's S. It's an S Link. It sends Blue Eyes. It does so many things. It's easy to summon. It gets you the field spell. The field spell sends Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the graveyard. And then you contribute this Link to summon a Blue Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you summon the one from your graveyard, it has its effects negated. But you want to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon anyway, just to summon Maiden from your graveyard. And then, yeah, if it had, you know, you can only summon dragon monsters for the rest of this turn, then yeah, this would go to like B or something. But because while it's on the field only, you can only summon dragon monsters, yeah, the S, it allows you to summon Blue Eyes monsters easily, especially the ones from your hand, you know, because the biggest problem with Blue Eyes is they have a lot of level 8 monsters, and, you know, sometimes it can be a bit much. So at least this Link, which is easy to summon, can summon that Blue Eyes monster from your hand to the field. And even from the graveyard as well. You know, from your graveyard, you can just summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, which doesn't have an effect. You know, so yeah, you can even summon other Blue-Eyes monsters from your graveyard, but of course the effects are negated, but still it's so good. It's definitely an S tier card because this link does so many things, and it's a link that a lot of people aren't going to take advantage of, hopefully, because it's very pure Blue-Eyes, which I like. I love how a lot of these cards are very pure Blue-Eyes, you know, which is good. So I'm hoping some of these cards don't get banned because, you know, it's more for Blue-Eyes and not something everyone can take advantage of, like SP Little Knight and IP Masquerena and all that. This link is just straight up like, alright, Maiden of White, you know, Blue-Eyes from your hand, graveyard. So yeah, it's an S tier card because it does so many things, and the whole you can only summon dragons while this card is on the field isn't that bad. As long as it's not for the rest of the turn, yeah, it's S tier. It's a great link, easy to summon. Alright, Saga of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. This is an amazing spell card. This is also a card that makes it easier to summon Blue-Eyes monsters from your graveyard, banished area, deck. Oh my god, what an amazing spell card, honestly. You know, there is some restrictions where if you use it, you can only summon dragon monsters from your extra deck, which is fine, you know, because I don't want other decks taking advantage of this spell card. So I'm fine with it just saying that you can only summon dragons from your extra deck, because, you know, that's fine. It's fine. You just got to remember, you know, if you want to summon something from the extra deck that's not a dragon, you got to do it before you play that spell card, and then you can banish that spell card in your graveyard to fusion summon. So it's basically another fusion spell, which is amazing. It's insane, you know, like sometimes you might not get ultimate fusion, so you have that as a backup. Now keep in mind you have to have the monsters in your hand or field instead of being in the graveyard, but you know, that's fine. It can easily summon Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon and other Blue-Eyes fusions, even maybe Dragon Master Magia, as long as you have Chaos Max Dragon in your hand and Blue-Eyes Ultimate Dragon on the field. Oh, but then again, you're not going to be summoning Dragon Master Magia with that, because you're going to be sending Blue-Eyes Ultimate Dragon from your extra deck to the spell and trap zone to the graveyard. So yeah, alright, never mind. It's not like the summoning a Blue-Eyes monster from anywhere is already good enough, and then they just gave it that fusion spell part. You can banish it from your graveyard and it's a fusion spell. So it's nice to summon, like, you know, Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon, Blue-Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, even Neo Blue-Eyes Ultimate Dragon, or even just Blue-Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Like, as long as you have all the monsters in your hand and field. Yeah, so S tier. I know there's going to be a lot of S tier cards. There is. It's just because these cards are so good and help the deck so much. Like, they're amazing cards. And a lot of these cards have amazing effects, and then they give them more. They give them more. Like something extra, which they didn't even need. Like this, the fusion spell. This gets targeted by an effect or an attack. This one can tribute itself. Well, actually, it needs that, but it gets you the field spell. And this one, the ritual, how it's like a ritual card too, like a ritual spell card in a way, instead of using Chaos Form. They just give stuff extra, which is already good and it has extra. So yeah, that's an S tier card. So yeah, I'm sorry, there might be a lot of S tier cards, but yeah. Alright, Prayers with Eyes of Blue. This is my favorite spell card. For years, I've been wanting a spell card or a monster that allows you to get a Blue-Eyes spell or trap from your deck to your hand without it being Bingo Machine Go, which is not guaranteed to get what you want unless you run free copies of that card, which, you know, you don't really want to run free copies of some Blue-Eyes spells and traps. For the longest time, I've been asking, please give me a spell card or a monster that allows you to get Blue-Eyes spells and traps from your deck to your hand, you know, to search True Light and other stuff like that. And we got Prayers with Eyes of Blue. So you have to discard a card, but you get any Blue-Eyes spell or trap from your deck to your hand, and also a level 1 tuner. So you get 2 cards for discarding 1 card to activate this spell. So you activate the spell card, discard a card, and then you just get 2 cards. One's a tuner, which you basically want to get Sage with Eyes of Blue or Maiden of White. and then you just get any Blue Eyes spell or trap you want. So we finally got a card that searches for Blue Eyes spells and traps, and it does more. It gets you a level 1 tuner. Gets you a level 1 tuner, gets you a Blue Eyes spell or trap, and this is something they didn't even need to do, but they did. You can target a Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you banish that Prayers with Fires of Blue in your graveyard. You banish it, and then you can target a Blue Eyes White Dragon you control, and then you can equip a Blue Eyes Fusion from your extra deck to that Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, that makes it so much easier to summon Dragon Master Magia, because you can just equip Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then you synchro summon Maiden of White and Blue Eyes White Dragon to Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and then Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard. There's your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. And then you can even equip Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon if you want that protection, because Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, a lot of people don't know this. If Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is in your graveyard and something targets one of your Blue Eyes monsters, you can banish Neo from your graveyard and negate that effect. So yeah, that's a nice backup. And even then, a lot of people also don't know this. Another reason why they did that as well is because Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, you can either fusion summon it, for fusion spell like Ultimate Fusion, Blue Eyes White Dragon for Dragon, or you can equip a Blue Eye, like it has to be a fusion, but because it's Prayers with Fires of Blue, I'm just going to say Blue Eyes Fusion. You can equip Blue Eyes White Dragon with, Blue Eyes Fusion thanks to Prayers. And then you can just summon Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon by getting rid of Blue Eyes White Dragon with the equipped fusion from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to summon Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. So a lot of people don't know that as well. You don't need a fusion spell. You won't summoning Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon like that, because you're not running that Tyrant trap card. You're just going to be using Ultimate Fusion or Polymerization to summon Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, which is very easy to summon. But now with Prayers with Fires of Blue, you can just banish it, target Blue Eyes White Dragon with some fusion monster, Blue Eyes Fusion monster, and then you can just get rid of those 2 cards to summon Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. So yeah, if you don't want to synchro summon and you want to summon Tyrant Dragon, you can just do that. And then you can even just put Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon for that further protection on Blue Eyes White Dragon, get rid of those 2 to summon Tyrant Dragon, and then Tyrant will be protected from a target, or even just any of the other Blue Eyes monsters. But yeah, so because it does all those things, but my favorite thing is that, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, it's S tier. But the main reason why it's S tier is because, it searches for a Blue Eyes spell and trap, it gets you a level 1 tuner, and you can send a Blue Eyes monster, a fusion monster from your extra deck to the spell and trap zone to target a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then if you get rid of that Blue Eyes White Dragon, that fusion goes to the graveyard. Makes it so much easier to summon Dragon Master Magia. It's, if you put Neo there, it allows a Blue Eyes monster to be protected from target, and you can summon Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon without, with a spell, like a fusion spell card. You can just send Blue Eyes White Dragon with the fusion away, and there's your free Tyrant Dragon. So because it does all those things, S tier. It's an S tier. That is my favorite spell card. This is my favorite spell card. This is my favorite tuner. The Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate Dragon is my favorite synchro. Dragon Master Magia is my favorite fusion. Oh man. Alright, Neo Kaiser Seahorse. Neo Kaiser Seahorse is a very good card because it allows you to summon Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate Dragon without it getting destroyed during the end phase, because you can summon Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate Dragon by attributing Blue Eye Spirit Dragon to special summon that from Spirit Ultimate Dragon from the extra deck to the field, but then it gets destroyed during the end phase. But with Kaiser Seahorse, so if you have Blue Eyes White Dragon, Maiden of White, and then you can easily special summon Kaiser Seahorse from your hand to the field because you have Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field. It can even decrease its level to level 3 to use Blue Eyes White Dragon, Maiden of White, and Kaiser Seahorse to summon Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate Dragon without it getting destroyed during the end phase. And then when it's sent to the graveyard, Neo Kaiser Seahorse, you can send a Blue Eyes monster, a card that mentions like Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes yeah, a Blue Eyes card or a card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon or something like that from your deck to the graveyard. And it makes it so much easier to summon Magia because of, you know, that effect. You can just send Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon from your graveyard to your deck. Sorry, from your deck to your graveyard. I'm talking so much. Yeah, from your deck to your graveyard. So it makes it so much easier to summon Dragon Master Magia. Very good card, but the problem is that I feel like it should already be level 3, you know? Because if your opponent uses infinite permanence on it, you can't decrease its level by 1. You can increase its level by 1 or decrease its level by 1. So you have to decrease its level by 1 to summon Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon, because Blue Eyes White Dragon is level 8, and then, you know, Kaiser Seahorse is level 4, and then Maiden of White is level 1. So Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon needs 2 tuners and 1 like non-tuner monster. So level 8 Blue Eyes monster, level 1 Maiden of White tuner, and then Neo Kaiser Seahorse is level 4, so that's level 13 together, but you decrease its level to level 3, that's level 12 for the synchro. So you can summon Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. However, I feel like it should have already been level 3, because yeah, if your opponent uses infinite permanence on it, well, that's it. You can't synchro summon. You know, you can link it away for the new link. My other problem with the card is that you can't search for it. So this is a big issue I have with Blue Eyes. Like, I was hoping we would get a card that searches for Blue Eyes monsters, not even just like Blue Eyes Dragon monsters, like even stuff like Neo Kaiser Seahorse, Dictator of D, you know, just to search Blue Eyes cards, something like Illusion of Chaos for Blue Eyes, you know, and then you can search for these cards, but you can't search for Neo Kaiser Seahorse, and it's level 4, and it can easily get negated if you want to decrease its level. You can even decrease or increase a tuner's level, another tuner as well. It doesn't have to be Neo Kaiser Seahorse, it's just all the tuners on your field, but you want to do it to Neo Kaiser Seahorse so you can summon Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon without it getting destroyed. So yeah, it's a good card, and I'm glad it sends a Blue Eyes card from your deck to the graveyard, like a Blue Eyes monster, or a card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. Well, a monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. But you can't search for it, and it can easily get negated, that effect. So I feel like I might put it in B. It's a great card. If I could search for it, then I would put it in A. And if it was already level 3, I would put it in S. So if I had those two things, I would definitely put it in S. But because I can't search for it, and it's not already level 3 to make it easier to summon Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon, then yeah, it has to be in B. I want to put in A so much, but it has those two problems where I just can't search for it. That's not its fault. But then it's just like, it's level 4, and then you can increase or decrease the level, but it should already just be level 3. I don't really care about increasing or decreasing the level. So yeah, I just wish it was level 3 already, and I could search for it, like if there was a card to search for it, but yeah, no, so unfortunate, but yeah, that's going to be the first B tier card. Feels bad. I feel like it feels bad that it's in B, but you know, it's a card, if you don't start with it or you don't see it, you're never going to see it. You know, you're just never going to see it. If you start with it, it's amazing. I love it. But if it gets negated and you don't start with it, and just there, like in your deck, doing nothing. So, can't even search for it. That sucks. Alright, Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. Very easy synchro to summon. It has an Omni Negate. Well, it's a negate. It's like an Omni Negate on the field. It doesn't negate hand traps, unfortunately, but it's still good regardless. Has high attack. Every time it negates something, it gains 1000 attack until the end of the turn. So, you know, if it's your turn, your opponent activates something, you negate it, it'll have 1000 attack extra until the end of the turn. It's a very easy synchro to summon. It's very strong. It has a negate, which I've been wanting for a very long time. Just an easy Blue Eyes monster to summon that has a negate. Like, it's about time. And, you know, And if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can just summon a light dragon from your graveyard. Unfortunately, you can't summon Dragon Master Magia because it can only be fusion summoned. But still, to summon any light dragon from your graveyard, Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, if you summoned it right, you know, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, any other light dragon really, you know, Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, as long as it can be summoned again, that card, you can just summon it with, you know, Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon's effect. Now, the thing is, because it's easy to summon, it's so easy to summon 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons now, and then you get rid of one of them to summon Azure Eyes, and then in that same chain, you get rid of the other Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to summon Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. It doesn't matter which order, as long as it's in the same chain. Azure will protect Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon from getting destroyed during the end phase. But if it does get destroyed during the end phase, you can just summon a light dragon from your graveyard. You can even just summon Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon again. Of course, you can't activate the effect where you tribute it to summon a light dragon from your extra deck again. But it has a graveyard negate. So if your opponent activates something in the graveyard, you can just summon Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. But yeah, it's up to you what you want to summon. There's a lot of cards you can summon. So it's a very nice backup. Once it gets destroyed, you can summon something else as well. So that's really nice. Because it has the negate, easy to summon. You don't need Kaiser Seahorse to summon it. Because, you know, like I said, it's easy to summon 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons now. And you can just protect it from getting destroyed during the end phase. Because the Spirit Dragon, it's an S. It's an S. It's an S tier card. It's so easy to summon, has a field Omni Negate, it summons a light dragon from your graveyard if it's destroyed by battle or by card effect. Now keep in mind, it's not your opponent's card effect, it's just a card effect in general. And yeah, so it's easy to summon, negate, summons another dragon, high attack, gains a lot of attack as well. Now, maybe 1,000 attack doesn't sound like a lot, but I think this has like 4,000 attack. No, sorry, it has 4,000 defense and 3,500 attack, but the 1,000 will make it on 4,500 attack, so that's pretty good. Like, you know, that's very strong. So yeah, definitely S tier. Because it's easy to summon, has the negate, it's already an S tier for me, and then it just does that extra stuff too, where it just summons a dragon. Like, I do wish that it could negate a card from your opponent's hand, but we have Dragon Master Magia for that, so yeah, I'm fine. So because, you know, I wouldn't put in A if Dragon Master Magia didn't exist. No, this is an S tier. Alright, so obviously these 5 are my favorite new Blue Eyes cards, these 5. These ones are good too, but you know, they're not as good as these 5. Alright, Indigo-Eyes Silver Dragon. Where would I place Indigo-Eyes Silver Dragon? Let's talk about it first. So it's a good Xyz. You know, we finally got a Blue Eyes Xyz. Now keep in mind, some of these cards are technically not blue -eyes, but they're still Blue Eyes cards, you know. So like this, for example, we call it a Blue Eyes Link, even though it's not blue -eyes. But we still call it a Blue Eyes Link. This is a Blue Eyes Xyz. I don't care what anyone says. Now, it's a fine Xyz. It's not something you're going to be summoning like while going first, you know, because it's something you need to summon while your opponent controls cards, because when it's summoned, you have, when it's summoned, do you need, no, okay, sorry, no, you need 2 level 8 monsters, you summon it, and then you negate all of your opponent's cards they currently control on the field. So it's not all their cards they control forever, it's just currently control. So if your opponent plays a new card after, that won't get negated, obviously. So I'm not saying that's a problem, I'm just explaining. So it does that, which is nice, but that can easily get negated. It can easily get negated. It's something you're not going to be summoning while going first. It's something you're going to be summoning when you're going second, or in your second turn after you went first. But your opponent will definitely negate it. So that's good, because it's at least you're making your opponent waste a negate or something. But yeah, 2 level 8 monsters. I mean, it's pretty easy to summon with the new Blue Eyes cards. Yeah, it's easy to summon. But yeah, just you're going to summon it. It'll either negate your opponent's cards or just easily get negated. It can't attack directly unless you have a normal monster as a material, and that kind of sucks, because I wish it just said if you had a Blue Eyes monster as a material, it can attack directly. You know, because I get it, because it's a bit, you know, the card's a bit strong. Like, I'll say why with the third effect. But yeah, so you need a normal monster. But the thing is, you know, you have to put your Blue Eyes White Dragon then under this Xyz. You can use Dragon Spirit or White, but it's a bit outdated now. But I might test it out. I'll see. But yeah, so you're going to be putting a Blue Eyes White Dragon under this Xyz for it to attack. It can't just be, hey, Blue Eyes monster to attack. No, it has to be a normal Blue Eyes monster. And because of that, this trap card is not as good, because you're not going to be having as many Blue Eyes White Dragons, because one of them is going to be under this Xyz, just for it to attack directly. Now, of course, you can just use it to attack your opponent's monsters, and then you can just use your other dragons to attack your opponent directly. But you know, I wish it could still attack directly, as long as it said like Blue Eyes monster, not a normal monster. I get why. Now here's another reason why I don't like how it says a normal monster, because the third effect, it can actually summon a normal monster from your graveyard or banished area. So for example, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and it gains 1000 attack. So yeah, I guess that's why it says this card can't attack directly unless it has a normal monster. But then the third effect also requires a normal monster. So, you know, like, it has your one normal monster under it just for you to attack directly with it. And then you can only summon a normal monster with the third effect. So I kind of wish it was you can summon a Blue Eyes monster, or if a Blue Eyes monster was under it, you can attack directly. But because it's all normal monster, it's, you know, it's alright. It's alright. You know, you like, just the trap card's not as good with, you know, because you're going to have Blue Eyes White Dragon under it, just for it to attack directly. And then you can only summon your other Blue Eyes White Dragon instead of another Blue Eyes monster. And that gains 1000 attack, which is nice. So yeah, you can just attack with that Blue Eyes White Dragon you summon. But, you know, sometimes some things happen where your Blue Eyes White Dragon might get banished face down. You only had one Blue Eyes White Dragon and you used it to Xyz summon this. So, yeah, that's all it does. It's alright. Like, it's alright. Your opponent will definitely negate it, which is, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, like, your opponent will waste the negate card on it, and they'll allow you to do other things after that, which is good. That's good, because your opponent doesn't want all their cards currently, the cards they currently control, negated. So they'll definitely use something to negate that one card instead of your other cards. So that's good. But because how normal monster dependent it is, it should just be Blue Eyes. Because if it was for Blue Eyes only Blue Eyes would use this. But now a lot of decks that use normal monsters will easily use this as long as they have 2 level 8 monsters in the field. But yeah, I just don't like how, you know, you need normal monsters with it. It should just be Blue Eyes monsters. Attack directly if you have a Blue Eyes monster. It can attack directly if you have a Blue Eyes monster, and then summon a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard or banished area, and that gains 1000 attack instead of a normal monster. So that is kind of meh. It's a fine card. The first effect is nice. Just if you're going second or your second turn after going first, you summon this, and yeah, it's yeah. So it's something you might not see as much, because a lot of people don't really stay now when they duel against Blue Eyes if you summon like Dragon Master Magi and Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon, which is easy. But as a card in general, I think I'm just going to put it in B or C. No, I'll put it in B. I don't think I can put it in C, because it's still a fine card. Should I put it in C? No, I'll put it in B. I think B is fine. The attack is nice. I'm pretty sure it has 4000 attack. Yeah, it has 4000 attack. The negate is nice. You know, the cards they currently control. For that one turn, of course. So, you know, it's a nice card to use if you just want to make your opponent use their negate. Or even if they don't have a negate, you just negate all their cards, which is awesome. So let's pretend my opponent doesn't have any negate cards. I summon this, yeah, all their cards are negated. So that's really nice. But because of the normal monster stuff, I'm just going to place it in B. And because it can easily be negated, I'm just going to place it in B. Alright, that's my Advent of the Eyes of Blue, new Blue Eyes cards tier list. So yeah, these 5 cards are my favorite. The trap card is really good. You know, it's not something like, whoa, amazing, but it's a nice backup once you've done everything and you can find one blue-eye spell or trap. You know, from True Light, maybe you don't need to use True Light to summon Blue-Eyes White Dragon. You can just set this trap card and then you can destroy all these cards your opponent has, and then also negate with Blue-Eye Spirit Ultimate Dragon, Dragon Master Magia. So that's another reason why I have the trap in A, because it just gets rid of the other cards your opponent will set down or play, and it's really nice. But yeah, that's my tier list. I think I can make a link of this tier list, so I might put that in the pinned comment. Let me know what your tier list is of the new Blue Eyes cards. I think this is fine. Maybe some of you might not agree, and maybe we'll just do this and this maybe. But for me, I think I'm very comfortable with this. I'm gonna put that over here. Now also I want to mention that this isn't in order. This isn't in order, by the way. I'm not saying Maiden of White is better than all these cards. This isn't in order. It's just, yeah, they're all S, this is A, and these are all B, but they're not in order. They're not in order. But yeah, alright, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this tier list, and let me know your tier list for the new Blue Eyes cards, and I will see you later. Bye.